Just another fun day of shooting commies. What?
And I had to stop for coffee?
Well, hello, fine ladies. I'm G.I. Joe. Might have heard of me. Have some shore leave coming. What say you two and Joe play a fun game of Raid the Bunker? Let's go, girls. I'm doing this for America. And don't bring any of those tentacles. I'm not into that crap.
I feel like I'm chosen. I'm covered in gold.
Welcome back, friends, to another edition of Fauntleroy's Finest, and today we are going to take a look at Supreme's Week 18 drop list. And we do have some decent little collaborations coming out this week. Obviously, everybody's been talking about these Momoko dolls. They're basically a very high-end Barbie doll. These dolls are made in Japan, and they're very collectible. I'm going to assume there's not going to be a ton of stock on these dolls, but I do think they're going to be very expensive.
Pay me my money!
We also have a handful of decent accessories coming out this week, like the ashtray, the pewter flask, and everybody's favorite item of the week, the Windstopper face mask. That's right, just like Supreme to give us something about 2 years too late. We needed it in 2020, we're getting it in 2022. Before I get into it, if you like these videos, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Actually like the video, that would be nice. Make sure you join me 7:30 on Wednesday night. We're going to do another Raffle Wednesday. And don't forget, if you're a member of the channel, which you can join down below for $2.99 a month, you get extra slots in every single raffle, and you could possibly be my new BFF. So there you go. What's to lose? No matter what, everybody that shows up on Wednesday gets a chance. So make sure that you are there at 7:30 p.m. West Coast time.
Let's go!
All right, folks, let's get into this drop. I'm sure it's going to be very exciting. Mr. Drops GG did give us a price list last night, but I don't really agree with most of these prices. I'm sure that his price list is going to change drastically, and I'll try to give you my best guesstimates as to what these things are going to cost. First off, we have this glitter York down puffer. It is pretty ugly. Don't want to look at it anymore. Let's move on.
Ew, that's gross!
Next up, we have this mohair sweater. These mohair sweaters are really nice. Sometimes they can resell. I don't really see that being in the cards for these particular sweaters, although they will make really good personal, so if you want a decent sweater from Supreme, this will be a high quality one, and it'll be a nice one. Next up, we have this scattered applique hooded sweatshirt. Now, items like this have done well in the past, but I think that because they put all of it on the hood, it's not going to be visible all the time, because you don't always have the hood up. I mean, some people do, but I don't.
You get the hell out of my hood.
If I was going to pick one, I kind of like the black one because it has those multicolored letters. And then the gray with the traditional red on it also looks pretty good to me. But at the end of the day, I don't think these are going to do very well in the resale market. If you go XXL in black, you're probably going to be okay down the road, but I think there's better things to go after this week. Next up is the Windstopper Face Mask 6-panel. Now, I'm not really sure how I feel about this particular hat. It doesn't look like something that I'm going to like. It looks like it's made out of that Windstopper material 100%, which is going to be a little bit weird when you're wearing it. Has the ear flaps. Usually ear flaps are the kiss of death for hats like this. That's just a long-winded way of me saying probably skip this thing.
Oh, that's cold.
And honestly, I'm going to say the same thing about this Script Corduroy 6-panel. It's a premium hat with that leather strap in the back. It's probably going to be about 60 bucks. And it's the Script logo, which is not the best one to have. So yeah, just like the last item, I'm going to say this is really going to be a personal for you. All right, here we go. Right in the middle of the list, the Supreme Momoko doll. Now, it says here that you're getting one doll and then all the clothes that you see here. So it's not two dolls. At least that's how I'm reading it on Supreme Community. I don't think we're really going to know until Supreme releases these, but I don't want you guys to think that you're getting two dolls. I think that you're only getting one, but you get all of the clothing items that you see there.
Did you see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. Good!
Now, Mr. Drops GG has this listed at $168. That is a laughable price. You would be lucky to buy this for $168. I think that this is going to be pushing closer to $400. We did get some Japanese prices in, so doing a little conversion between yen and dollars is going to make this thing between $350 and $400, depending on if we have to pay like import tax or anything on this item, because it is actually made in Japan. With that said, I guarantee you this is going to be a very, very rare piece. I think it'll sell out pretty quickly, whatever the price point is. I bet if it's even close to $500, this thing will sell out pretty quickly. These are collectible pieces. How will the people that collect these dolls react to the Supreme version of their doll? Will they care? Will it be a big deal? Who knows? But I do think they're going to be rare. I really do think this could be a big risk because of the price point, but at the end of the day, I don't see any way, shape, or form where you would lose your money on this. I honestly think the biggest loss on this item would be just to break even on it. I don't see these tanking. I really don't see these going for under retail at all. So again, I don't think it's like the biggest risk in the world, but it is going to be a heavier investment than what I think most people are thinking.
Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about.
Next up, we have these Windstopper sweatpants. Again, these are going to be a little more expensive than most of the pants that they usually make. Drops GG has these listed at $160. I guess I can get behind that. I don't think it's going to be more than that anyway. They're Windstopper sweatpants. If you need them, grab them, but they're not reselling, so let's move along. Next up, we have this new era split beanie. Now, this thing is kind of boggling my mind. I don't really understand why we needed a beanie that's going to be this extremely busy. So, if you're confused at this picture, one side has the camo on it, and the other side has sort of the Christmassy vibe to it.
What the fuck is that?
Now, I actually really dig the one that's the more Christmas vibe with the ARC logo. These are very interesting to me. I do think that if you're buying something, might be worth it to grab one of these, throw them in your cart. I think that blue one is a really nice colorway, and it looks good on both sides. I really dig that green colorway for the Christmassy ARC logo look inside. So I don't know, this might turn people off. This might make people go, oh, that's really cool. You get two beanies in one, kinda, I guess. I don't know, but Drops GG has these listed at $44, so kind of pricey for a beanie for sure, but these might be worth it to take a gamble on if you were grabbing something already. So this is a great multi-cart item. Don't just single cart a beanie.
Dum 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 dum.
Next up, we have this Polar Tech long sleeve polo. This thing looks really nice, to be honest with you. I really think this is a decent piece. That white cream one with the big Supreme in the middle looks really good. The black one looks really good. I don't know, man. This might be something you could gamble on in the really big sizes. Stuff like this doesn't really do that well down the line, but I think these are really clean. These are really nice pieces. I would not be shocked if that white one sold out on Thursday. So again, if you just need to spend money this week, this might be something to go ahead and take that gamble on, but I really do feel like there's other items more worthwhile.
Get the hell out of here.
All right, next up, we have this corduroy camp cap. Again, it's going to be the premium one with the leather strap in the back. Definitely that white one with the red box logo. Those have been doing really good lately. I feel like these are going to be a little more expensive than $48, which is what Drops is saying today. Either way, I still think that the black one and the white one are worth going after. You should be able to get both of them at the same time as well. Next up, we have this Windstopper work vest. Items like this are really strange to me. Sometimes they do really well for some reason. I just don't see it happening with these particular vests. I just don't understand why I would ever put on a vest. It doesn't seem like it will help me in any way, shape, or form. Some people love them. Hey, some people are vest people. It's just not me. And if this thing is priced at $168, you know, I just do not see any resale in this Windstopper vest. It's a little too plain, nothing special here, and it just seems to have a really ridiculously sized price point for what it is. Next up, we have this elephant keychain. He's got this listed at $28. If this keychain is $28, let's keep going. Here we go. Next up, we have this Windstopper neck gaiter. I really don't know what to tell you on this one. It says it's $48. I believe the last Windstopper neck gaiters that came out are about double the price of the retail. So if you did want to grab one of these, I would just stick with the black one. If you were going to pick one of these up for reselling, I would say go with the black one, the red one, and then probably call it a day with those. Next up, we have this Windstopper zip-up hooded sweatshirt. It's basically a zip-up small box logo sweatshirt, but it's Windstopper instead of just Supreme. And it looks like we're going to be paying a hefty price point for the Windstopper name on top of this. Looks like these are going to go for $198. I really can't get behind these at a $198 price point. I don't think that there's much to these. If you were going to buy them, the black one is probably the best one to go after here. I also think that purple is a decent colorway. But again, with that price point, I don't really see a ton of resale in these. Maybe if you get the big sizes, XXLs in black, potentially you can make some money there. But I just don't think there's enough to this jacket to warrant somebody paying a ton of money on the aftermarket for the damn thing. Next up, we have this small ashtray. Now, I really like this little item.
The bottom line is smoking is cool, and you know it.
I don't know why I like ashtrays so much. I really want to get that green Gucci vibe one. I don't think that these are going to be $48, though. Again, we got some of the Japanese prices earlier in the Discord, and it looks like this is going to be closer to $70, probably $68 or $70. If it is, in fact, $48, then no question I'm going to grab one of those, and it'll go really well with my fancy fancy Palace ashtray that I got earlier this year.
I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket. Keep up.
Next up is the 3-ounce pewter flask. I'm just going to go on record to say this right now. The price point that Mr. Drops GG put on this, $38, might be his worst price prediction that he's ever had in his entire life. This thing is going to be well over $100, probably $130, maybe $138, honestly. I bought this flask a couple seasons ago. It's 1.5 ounces, so it is half the size of the flask coming out on Thursday. This was $70. So 70 times 2 is $140. I'm pretty sure we're going to be right around $140 for that one. There's no possible way in hell that this thing is $38. And as I've been sitting on this thing for so very long that it's just become decoration on the background, I can tell you that it is not going to resell.
You're a mean one, mister.
And finally, the number one item of the week, and I do agree, this is the number one item of the week. This is the item that you all should be going for. The Windstopper face mask. That is right, these Windstopper face masks are going to do very well. They should be right around $38, $48, hopefully nothing more than that. And as long as they're right around that price point, I think the black one and the red one are the ones to go for here. If you're able to get multiple, go red, go black. If you're only able to get one, probably the red one would do better on the resale market than the black one, but the black one's super clean and people would probably wear that one more than the red one. Not really a big fan of the other colorways. Maybe that olive one is a nice subtle colorway, but I don't see that one reselling on the aftermarket.
Gotta be real with it.
The last time they released these was 2014, and the red one has a current lowest ask of $280, so these things do age really well. I'm sure that the prices got slammed because of COVID, so you have to take that into consideration, but these should at least double, triple, maybe even quadruple what you paid for them down the road. So first cart, if you can, grab the black, the red, and then whatever else you want and get out of there. You need to make sure that you get these in your cart. If you're buying something this week, these are the items to go for. 150%.
And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.
There you go, guys. The most masculine week Supreme has ever given you. Who's buying dolls? Probably not this guy, but I am going to go after some of those face masks and maybe the ashtray if it's not too terribly expensive. Do you like anything this week? Do you need a pewter flask to get through more holidays? Do you want an ashtray? Do you need some face masks? Or are you going to buy a fancy Barbie doll? I'm not going to know the answers to those questions until 8:02 a.m. Pacific time on Thursday.
What do I do? What do I do?
Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, like the video. And if this hasn't given you the Fauntleroy fix that you need in your life today, well, then you should check out these videos right here.
Mask on, fuck it, mask on, mask on, fuck it, mask on, mask